Welcome everybody. In this video, I'm going to show you what Tri-Brigade Spright is capable of in the new upcoming format. And if we can hit 50 likes, I'll also do a deck theory about the Tri-Brigade Spright deck, so let's get started. Of course, this is a one card combo featuring fraktall. We're going to go through the usual Tri stuff, and then we're going to normal ourselves a Keras. Keras will banish everything but the kit to go into a fraktall, and then we will link into Spright Elf. Spright will bring back the kit that we left in our graveyard on purpose, and it is going to banish everything for a double Dragon Lords. Then we will overlay both of these guys for a gigantic Spright, detaching kit to special summon a Spright Blue. The reason we don't detach the elf is because I want to keep the attack boost. You don't have to do this, like you can do whatever you want. And then we're going to trigger the Spright Blue, searching for a Spright Jet. Then it will search us the starter, special summoning a copy of Carrot. For the reasoning behind Carrot is what you'll see at the Gym Buster. So here's what our board looks like. The double Dragon Lords and Carrot both require a negative in order to activate and negate something. So the first card we are going to activate will tribute or sand the gigantic Spright, which will either be a spell or trap negate and destruction, or a bounce. And then we have a monster negate, activation and destroy with the Gym Buster. So we have a monster negate, a spell and trap negate, a double Dragon Lords, and both of our negates or destructions. We will send the gigantic Spright first, and for the second effect, we will send whichever we activated in the beginning. Alright, that was a good board, but not enough. Because it's obviously not the optimal starter. This time, we have a Spright starter, which will kind of give us a similar board in the destruction count, interruption count, but not the exact interruptions. So let's see what it's capable of. First, we will fire up the starter for blue, which all of you can recognize. We will then search ourselves a Jet. Jet will search as Smashers, doesn't really matter what you search here. Then we will overlay for Gigantic, summoning the kit. The reason I like this version of Spright and Tri-Brigade so much is because Kit is one of the most important Tri names and is a level 2, as well as Keras, which you can use in order to special summon back from the graveyard for the instances where you already have a kit access on board, which gives you essentially 2 Tri names with the full Spright combo. We will link for Elf, trigger Kit, trigger Normal, blah blah blah, search Fraktall, and we will dump a Keras. Then we will activate the Spright Elf, special summoning Kit, linking it off for Bearbrum, and then we will link it off for a Pit Knight early. Now we will trigger ourselves the Bearbrum, and we will get the Revolt Search, and we will set the Revolt. So we have a Spright Elf that can turn into either the Spright Blue for follow-up purposes or the Tri-Brigade Kit for follow-up purposes. We have a Pit Knight early, which negates a monster and changes its attack to 0. This is actually very important in a couple of competitive games, and I don't know why it is. And then we have the Revolt, which will search us a Tri-Brigade name, plus a Shureg banish. And in case they out our Shureg, we will also get a search for normal. So let's go into the final combo of final and the most important combo of all, Rescue Cat. So in case you don't have a driver in your hand, or you don't want to discard a card, you can also do this with one singular Rescue Cat, but -1 interruption. Let's get to the combo. We will normal summon the Catty, obviously, special Keras, special Kit, overlay for Gigantic, detaching Kit, specialing a Blue. Blue and Kit will trigger. Here, if they want to hit your Tri-Brigade name, they can always hit the normal, so there's no point in using Blue to chain block, but you can use Kit in order to chain block Blue, which essentially guarantees you a Spright search. Let's continue. We will search for Jet, normal activates, getting a Keras. Special Jet, activate the effect, search as measures. We will link for IP, link for Elf. Elf, bring back the Kit. This is what we have been doing so far. Kit will banish to specialing a Fraktall. Fergit will trigger, specialing the Keras. We will link both of these guys for a Bear Brum. Keras will trigger, specialing a double Dragon Lords. And then we will overlay, link the Keras and the Bear Brum for a copy of Revolt. So for this instance, we have Revolt, which is a banish and follow-up. We have Smashers, which is a banish. We have Double Dragon Lords, which is a bounce, that makes 3. We have an early, that can negate a monster effect, that makes 4. And then we will use our Spright of effect to special back the Masquerena, using the Masquerena, the early, and the Double Dragon Lords to go into a 3 material Appaloosa, which I guess makes 7 interruptions for a 6 card hand? They better open the Dark Ruler.